Okay, I did it. I got rid of the smell of memories in my apartment, punctured the thought of him where my heart is, washed the sheets, threw out his clothes, and got rid of his shoes after I'd increased them up a bit. I know, petty. I pretty much held my breath the whole time, afraid to let myself let go of desire. I sorta even kept the conflicted colored air of whether I should suddenly appear at his house, say I forgot my scarf, and maybe drive around his neighborhood, tell him I got lost, it's getting dark. I couldn't make my mind up. So after a few more Keisha Cole, Neo, and Sarah McLachlan songs, I couldn't help but feel so sick. I sat on my couch, I did what you said, sis. I prayed. I asked God to take his life several times. And then I prayed for real. I told God I forgot who I was. I was so painted in what I thought was love. I was living in lust. I was circling pattern. I use you. You think you using me. I get more involved than what I compensated for. Skip to you yelling at me, and I'm but banging at your door. I guess we're dating now. I asked God what I was becoming. He said whole. I said hold on now. He said with an L, Bell. He said you never belonged to anyone. I created you, infinitely bound in my love, but you settled for touch, and now you out of touch, you out of luck, but not blessing or favor or mercy. I created you with the intention to fish for people like meals, with nourishment and taste. Instead, you settled for flavor. You was caught up. You was satisfied with your sinful behavior. You made him God, and I was simply your savior. God was spitting heavy. Maybe that was the water I felt streaming from my eyes. This was the process of making me unblind. He showed me the battle in my mind and my addiction to disobedience. My sudden distraction, my use of inconvenience to create a detachment, a void, is where I made La La Land. I, Alice, fell into a rabbit hole of self-ordained promises, false commitment to God, and no view of my consequence. Hence the reason why the dame in the looking glass turned her head when I confessed. Too ashamed to see me, too embarrassed, self-righteous and big-headed to be free. But just when I kneel before the enemy, subject to the death ahead of me, I can say love was the only thing that lifted me. God's strong arm, not his. God's sound mind, not mine. I was falling in a pit of landmines, drawing me into my utter destruction. They spoke between serpentine fangs of being like God, but only had for me the fruit of utter corruption. They sang like sirens that deceived sailors who then would be consumed. They sang like sirens, but Jesus, my Simon of Cyrene, was set to help me carry the burden of heartbreak, shaped in a wooden cross. The burden of betrayal painted in blood. The burden of forgiveness created in his love. And now baptized in his spirit, I can still hear the sirens singing, but it's no longer appealing. This feeling I used as chaser is now being chased by the bread and the blood of my Savior. So yeah, when I think about the hurt-colored parts of my heart, I refer back to my maker, because no matter how dumb, no matter how silly, no matter even if I subconsciously wait for a call that I know will never come, even after this prayer, I know that all that is tangible is temporary. And even these feelings and memories will fade in coming days. But God, oh yeah, his love for me is eternal. You so dumb. You so silly, girl. You waited on her. You still, while you waiting on a call. You so dumb.